Howdy everyone, and welcome back to Vinyl Chats with Anna. Thanks for tuning in to Vinyl Chats today, the podcast about all things vinyl records, record players, and music. Today we're going to talk about record sale forecasts for the coming year. Then we'll have a brief message from our friends at RIA. That's the Recording Industry Association of America. After, we're going to hear about a holiday perfect for every vinyl aficionado. And then last, we'll take a deep dive into the world of vinyl and hear a little bit about how your favorite records actually get made, as well as the impact of color versus carbon vinyl on sound quality. So first, on this episode of Vinyl Chats, we're going to start off with a message from our friends at the Recording Industry Association of America, aka RIA. So, we all know vinyls are a little bit more old school. They're not as high-tech or easy to listen to as Apple Music, Spotify, or any other streaming service on your phone, because you can't exactly stick a record player in your back pocket and walk around. It may seem like streaming services are dominating the music industry because of this level of convenience, but in reality, in terms of sales and revenue, records are still far ahead. As of 2016, vinyl sales outpaced streaming music revenue by over $30 million, which just shows that you can't beat the unmatched quality of record players and that little crackle of vinyl that everybody loves. Apple Music's never going to match up. It's really interesting, actually. RIA is telling us that the vinyl album revenue is kind of like a reverse bell curve. So instead of a curve, it's more of a U shape. It was at almost $1,000 million in sales back at its peak in 1986, and then kind of steadily dropped off to only a couple million per year in the 90s up till the late 2000s. But as of 2015, it was back at $400 million. So the vinyl industry is doing pretty great. And then another one of our sponsors, Statistica, found that there are 41.7 million records sold last year in 2021, which is a crazy amount to think about considering the industry almost plummeted and died out in the 2000s. So who knows, if we're following music trends and they always come back around one day, maybe mixtapes and 8-tracks will be next. And now we have a message from another one of our sponsors, Record Store Day. Record Store Day is a company, but they also loved records so much, they made them into their own holiday. So starting in 2007, every April 15th is now Record Store Day. They wanted to create a holiday to celebrate and give popularity to independent record stores and the vinyl community in their own unique culture. So on the first Record Store Day, Metallica actually participated, which I thought was really interesting. They went to a record store in San Francisco to meet fans and sign albums and really get the holiday going and give it some publicity. As of 2022, there are actually participating stores in every habitable continent for Record Store Day every year. Worried you missed it? Well, there's only one holiday every year, but the organization works with labels the whole year to create contests, new releases, and special promotions, giving some publicity to the holiday and to get fans ready for it for the next year. Now we have a word with Jamie Parmenter from Vinyl Chapters. Parmenter is an expert in sound quality and vinyl manufacturing, and in his interview, he told us black vinyl records, the originals, are made from PVC, which is a material coming from refined oil. They're then mixed with carbon powder, which makes them really sturdy and long-lasting. This is why we're still able to listen to black vinyl records from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Parmenter warns us that colored records are gorgeous to look at and display, but they're made from PVC and synthetic dyes instead of carbon. So they generally don't sound as clear and crisp because the more materials that you add to the mix, the more convoluted the music will sound. In addition, they often don't hold up as well. I'll end today's episode with a quote from Michael Palm, reminding us just how important vinyl is. In his own words, the vinyl record is an iconic analog artifact whose physical creation and circulation cannot be digitized. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this week's episode of Vinyl Chats with Anna. A special thank you to our friends at RIA, Statistica, Record Store Day, and Jamie Parmenter with Vinyl Chapters for making this week's episode possible. And thank you for the wise words, Michael Palm. Be sure to tune in next week, and thanks for listening again. Vinyl Chats with Anna signing off.